What's going on, guys? Wanye Visuals back with some more useful information. If you're new to this channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, if it resonates with you. If you take anything away from this video, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Leave some comments down below. Let's jump right into it. When I explain shooting B-roll to people who may or may have not ever shot videos before, it's like it goes over their head, it goes in one ear and out the other. They have no idea what I'm talking about. Stick around to find out how I go about shooting the B-roll that I shoot in the music videos that I make.
Cause I was made for this. I'm at the top of every list. I was made for this.
The first tip that I have for you is probably number one for a reason, and that's to plan out every shot. Plan out your story, plan out your angles. Just make a shot list. This is gonna save you a lot of time when it comes to editing. It's gonna boost your music videos. It's gonna take your music videos beyond anything that you've ever done before, because there's a difference between A-roll and B-roll. So what A-roll is basically the performance shots. Every time you're watching a music video and you see an artist singing the words to the song, just know that that's the A-roll shot, and everything else is the B-roll. If you have a story behind your video, which more than likely is gonna set you apart from everybody else, write a full-blown story out. Even if you gotta make a script, even if you want skits to the video, write the story out and make sure that you include the angles, like the shot list. What I do in my music videos is I like to get wide angles, mid shots, and close-ups. I pretty much do that in every music video, in every scene, to every performance shots you've ever seen in my music videos. Just know I get wide, mid, and up close. I only tend to focus on that when I'm shooting the performance shots, but trust me, even if you want to go all out and do that in the B-roll, it's gonna make your video stand out that much better. Along with planning out your music video, you're gonna want to hire actors or actresses, models, and if you don't have the type of budget to do that, then I would suggest getting friends and family involved. See, with me, when the artist comes to me, they usually 9 times out of 10 already have the people they want in the video, already booked the model. In that sense, I don't really worry about it, but on the days that they come to me and don't have nothing, then we gotta put something together and find a model. Just make sure you get every little detailed shot. If you're outside, get cars driving by, planes going by, get the stop sign, get the shoes walking on the ground. Show off the environment. Show off the environment as much as you can. That way you give your viewers more connection. That's pretty much what it's all about. They connect more when they know what's going on. Tip number 2 probably falls just right behind that, and that's to use props. You got everything ready to go with the story, then you're gonna need the specific props. If you're doing a robbery scene, you might want to grab some guns, fake money. If you're at the strip club, you might want to throw money around. Get props. Whatever it is that you need for your video, make sure that you have the props. You have the cars. Even cars are props. Props can be pretty much anything. You could literally go to a thrift shop and find items that you would never even think about using. If you get smoke grenades are one of my favorite things to use for music videos. I think it gives off a really cool look. Smoke grenades, any props, if you got flowers, whatever you need to get this point across, get it. Because props are so very much needed, along with everything else that I already mentioned that brings the story together. If an artist wants to shoot in a recording studio, make sure you record the microphone. The microphone can be a prop. Anything that improve your video, improve your story, can potentially be a prop. Not just guns and money and all that stuff. Just get so creative. There's no limit to what you can do and what you can use when you are making a music video. You can literally do anything in a music video and make it look good. That's why I chose to make music videos, because you can really get outside the box with music videos. The next tip that I have for you is another very important tip. It's what I tend to use on most of my shoots. Lately, I've been wanting to stray away from it. I'm not so much for B-roll, for A-roll definitely. I like going handheld, but tip number 3 for me would be using a gimbal. I do own the DJI Ronin M and the DJI Ronin S. When you first get a gimbal, it may be very frustrating or intimidating to use. When I first got my very first gimbal, which was a Giant Crane V2, it took me a little bit to figure out and balance. I know for beginners, it might seem like the hardest thing. Stick to it, stick it through. You're gonna get the results that you're looking for. With gimbals though, I wouldn't wouldn't necessarily always use a gimbal. I'm not suggesting you to, always use a gimbal in every shot. That's why you make shot lists, because you're able to determine what you want on a gimbal, what you want handheld, and then what you want on a tripod. But what the gimbals do is it provides a steady, stabilized shot. When something is steady and stabilized, it gives off a better look. You're able to follow the story better. When you watch footage that's shaky, 9 times out of 10, you're probably gonna turn the video off and move on to the next video. When necessary, just make sure that you use some type of gimbal. It doesn't matter what gimbal it is. You can use a Zion Crane, you could use a Ronin M, you can use a Weeble, whatever it is, whatever gimbal it is, they all do the same exact things. The next tip would have to be shooting slow motion. This is gonna give off a cinematic look. Slow motion is my favorite thing to use. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I could just slow mo all my video and call it a day, I probably would. Slow motion is just gonna boost your videos that much more, but it is very important to get your frame rate down, your shutter speed down, to determine what slow motion you wanna use. I have videos on that as well. I'm not gonna get too much in depth with that in this video, but just know slow motion is another key to getting good B-roll. So you can literally slow-mo anything and make it look good. If the video calls for a gimbal, then more than likely shooting slow motion is gonna be absolutely no problem to you, because I feel like shooting slow motion and a gimbal go hand in hand. Next, this is probably the last tip that I have for you guys, and then I'm gonna wrap up the video. This tip is probably last for a reason, because not everybody owns one and not every video calls for this. And this last tip that I have for you is use a drone. Drones are really good for establishing shots. They give off a bird's eye view and aerial shots of whatever you're trying to give off. If you're out in a large environment, I mean, drones are perfect to show off the type of environment you're in. Aside from music videos, say you're shooting a wedding, you can get some really nice shots of the crowd, the venue that you're at. Not everybody is like fascinated with drones, but they could be pretty cool to add to your video. So I wouldn't leave that one out. I would definitely put it at the bottom of the list, but I definitely wouldn't leave that one out. I might have a video on that coming really soon. I do own the DJI Phantom 4. They do have a bunch of other drones on the market, but yeah, that is probably the last tip. Get a drone. Get a drone, have fun with it, show off some bird's eye view shots. Again, they're very good for establishing shots, showing off where you're at, giving off the feel of the environment at a higher level. To me, it's probably better than showing it from ground level. So that is the list. That is how I go about shooting my music videos. I hope this video helped you in any way. If it did, hit the thumbs up button. Leave some comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video.